Hi besties, and welcome to
The Reading Games,
where I will be fighting for my life, trying to reach my 100 book goal this year. 2 rules. Rule number 1, if I pull a book that's in a series, I will read the entire series. Rule number 2, I only pull from the reading curse every time I gain 1k, which we have gained 1k. Fully did not expect that for YouTube. Very grateful, very excited, and very nervous. We have 2 left to pull, so we shall see. Now let's begin.
Choose your fighter.
I am so nervous right now, I don't know why. Oh no. I don't know if this is good for me right now. I feel excited because I've always wanted to read this. I probably shouldn't feel that way because all I've heard is absolutely tragic, emotionally devastating things about this, but it actually does take a lot for me to cry for a book, so we'll see.
Choose your arena.
I have no words. I'm disgusted. I'm terrified. I'm gonna read this depressing book in public at the gym.
Choose your difficulty.
5 pages, 5 pages, 5 pages. 5 pages.
Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad.
Choose your curse.
read the last sentence first.
Wait, is this one actually gonna like spoil the whole book for me? What if the last sentence is like, he's dead? So, A Little Life, Jim, 115 pages, and read the last sentence first. Now stay tuned for round 2 to see if I can survive. Welcome to round 2
Of The Reading Games.
Now, before we get started, I do in fact have to tell you that round 1, yeah, that was recorded weeks ago, probably a month ago at this point. And the reason why is that I was just not ready to dive into this book. I have only seen the saddest reviews about this book. I've seen people absolutely sob, and I just was not ready to be in a full depression mode, but I'm ready today. I plan to binge the entire thing today and just kind of wallow in it for the weekend. So fun. Another reason being that I was reading both Alchemized and City of Gods and Monsters, which are both over 700 page books.
Oh my god!
A Little Life, also over 700 pages. Now you may be wondering,
Tori, why are you reading the longest books ever when you're trying to reach your 100 book goal and you're like 30 books behind?
and I do wish I had an answer for you. Unfortunately, the TBR jar gods have just been cursing me and absolutely hating my guts. So all of that to say, let's get into it. Today I will be reading A Little Life. I don't know anything about it apart from everyone saying that it's the saddest book they've ever read. So I'll be honest, it takes a lot for me to cry for a book. So let's see how sad this thing really is. Now let's just get this damn stupid curse out of the way because I know it's to read the last sentence of the book first. So let's do it. Oh my god. I literally thought it said, and then he died, which is what I predicted. What if the last sentence is like, he's dead? I was so worried that it was gonna be like the saddest and worst spoiler of the world, but it actually says, and then he did. So, I have no idea what that means. Not bad. And as for the gym, yeah, I'm supposed to read 115 pages there, but I did in fact find a little loophole. I used my Audible credit of the month to download the book. So, I will be listening to the audiobook while playing some pickleball. Hey, not my fault that I have a pickleball at my gym, and I'm still gonna listen to 115 pages, so it still counts. Let's go. update. I just made it to page 75. This is a lot harder than I thought. I am out of breath, and it is so hard to focus on both the game and the audiobook because I'm super competitive when it comes to pickleball, so a lot's going through my head right now. He has this strategy that he does every single time where I'm like literally dominating him for most of the game, and then he gets me super tired.
It's 5-3.
Okay, but like it took us a long time to get there. Oh my gosh. And
Have
he makes me
stamina.
running back and forth the court. What am I even saying?
Running back and back and forth. Run back and forth.
This is harder than it looks, okay? I actually can't even concentrate on the audiobook while playing. Oh my gosh. I'm like seriously so out of breath. I'm winning. Okay, I'm on page 100, and all I know so far is it's about 4 main guys, and it's kind of just like the dynamic of their friendships, like individually, all together, and it's kind of just still introducing like each of their lives and them growing up together. Sorry, I'm out of breath, but I don't really have like any connection to any of them at all yet, so that's all I know so far. 15 more pages. Chicken dinner. Okay, so it took like an hour because I was listening to the audiobook on 2x speed. We played a few games and I won, so I would call it a success. Okay, I'm home now. I got a green juice. I don't know why it's this ginormous, but it's so good. I'm a huge fan of celery juice, and I felt like I needed to have something healthy after all of that movement. I feel like I have not been in the gym in so long, and I was out of breath for like a good 30 minutes after we finished playing pickleball. Like I said earlier, it was harder than I thought, like trying to focus on the game and the audiobook, and especially just because I'm just starting the book and like learning the characters and the story, and I'm now starting to connect with Jude. I know I said there are 4 main guys of the book, but I think Jude is our very main character because that's the perspective of who we're listening from or reading from. Definitely already starting off very sad, but I am going to sit for a little while I drink my juice and continue reading. By the way, the chapters are so long. I checked and I am on part 2, chapter 1. Tell me why it starts on page 96 and ends on page 177. Yeah, that's actually diabolical. Okay, so this book is a little bit hard to talk about because first of all, I don't want to spoil anything, and second of all, I feel like there are a lot of trigger warnings. So what I will say is it is very dark in the sense that it's just really heavy and it's just real life problems, and I think that's just so much worse. Our main character struggles with his mental health a lot, and that is just basically what the entire book is about, is him honestly just trying to survive every day. I feel like he struggles with his mental health a lot because of his physical health. Like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of health problems, but I didn't mention that it was physical. He's in a wheelchair and he struggles with that so much so that it does involve, trigger warning, self-harm, and it's really sad. It's like I said, very heavy. He's literally just struggling every single day, mentally and physically in every way, and he has a really strong support system, but he struggles so much to accept help and just to accept love. And so I just got to a little bit past page 200, and it's just so sad because he like made this friend and he always thinks that the friend is gonna abandon him. He just has this constant fear that people are going to be so over him, sick of him, disgusted by him because of his kind of condition and just the way it makes him feel and act towards people. He's super closed off, and so he has this friend, and basically he thinks that the friend is about to cut him off, but instead the friend does the complete opposite. I'm not going to spoil the book, but it almost made me tear up because this was kind of a happy tearful moment instead of a sad tearful moment. So definitely pulling at the heartstrings a little bit. Okay, my camera died. Literally fire me at this point. Okay, I know this vlog is chaotic and a mess, but I'm trying my best, okay? I've been gone for weeks. I already forgot how to do this. I just made it to part 3, which is page 241, so I am going to continue listening to the audiobook while cleaning because I'm already falling asleep. Finished part 2. This guy literally can't get a break. I was so proud of him and rooting for him to do this thing that he was so scared to do, and now it just took the worst turn. So literally can't even believe it right now. It's heartbreaking. Having the best time. I just finished cleaning out all of those drawers, so I know it doesn't look any different in here, but now I'm gonna tackle that monstrosity while I continue listening. Just finished part 4, cleaned my closet. It feels so much better. I even cleaned this side, and this is an improvement, okay? I wish I would have recorded before because it was such a mess, but it looks really nice and organized now. All the people who told me to listen to audiobooks while cleaning, I could kiss you because game changing. Usually when I clean out my closet, I get so tired halfway through and want to give up, but the audiobook has really kept me going. But what I will say, part 4 was even worse than part 3. Like, I'm actually sick to my stomach. It's so hard to listen to. Just our main character is going through so much, and it's really portraying something awful, but not just to Jude, but everyone else around him, because you can tell that they're just so helpless, and Jude is making it worse because he's lying to all of them to try to protect someone. And I feel like I'm talking in code right now so that I don't give away the story, but wow. Just wow, this book is doing such a good job of portraying the everyday battle of mental health and abuse and childhood trauma, and I mean, it is really heavy stuff the entire way through. I am now going to take a break from cleaning and just immersive read, so listen to the audiobook while reading it on my Kindle. Like on the verge of tears. It's just, this is a lot, especially to read in one sitting, and we just basically found out a very huge piece of Jude's childhood that contributes to the way that he is today and the why, and it was sick. It was so much. It's hard to give like reading updates for this. This might be a weird type of vlog because I've never read anything like this where it's this sad. There aren't really many happy parts in between, and it's not something you can really like review. I'm just kind of reading it. It kind of feels like a memoir because it just is so real life. So I'm just kind of giving you as many updates as I can and kind of how I'm feeling, which is sad again. So I did fall asleep last night. As you can tell, it is literally the next day. I have no excuse. I literally just knocked out, and then I read a little bit of the book this morning. I am on part 5, so I just plan to sit here and binge the rest of the book because I cannot drag out this book any longer than this weekend. I just feel like there is a huge rain cloud over my head whenever I'm in the story. It is just so depressing, so sad. The writing is phenomenal. The way that I'm feeling, the way the author is making you understand mental health, understand the struggles, understand like just life, honestly. is phenomenal. So I will give the author that. It's a phenomenal book. Just not my usual preference because I like to read to escape into little magic fantasy land or into little love romance land, and this is definitely not that. So I want to just honestly finish this damn book. He still thinks it's his fault and not the fault of the person doing the actual damage. He literally wants to help so bad, but then he keeps making rules to limit himself, and I'm just... The scene about the doctor, this man's life was literally a horror movie. It's so hopeless and exhausting. I feel like we go through a lot of different stages with Jude throughout his life in the book, and we're at the stage of acceptance almost, but it's like so late into his adult life that it's just like so painful. Welcome to round 3 of
The reading games.
I am about to finish the last 30 pages of A Little Life, and I am on the verge of sobbing. This scene is literally so sad. I actually cannot take it. I just want to be done with this book, so let's finish it. I am not okay. I did not expect to sob like that. It's so sad, so sad, it's so sad. I'm literally like hot from sobbing. Okay, let's review the book, or at least let me try to. God, I hope you can't tell that I'm like sobbing my eyes out right now. What's crazy is like when I was thinking about my review of the book before finishing it, I was gonna say like, you know, it's phenomenal, it's really good, really sad obviously, but like it did feel too long and too dragged on. And then he says something at the end. I'm not gonna be able to get through this. He says something at the end that totally erases that statement, honestly. Like everything in this book was needed to be said, and I feel like it had to be this long in order for his entire story to be told, in order for every little moment to be told, in order for every feeling, and for it to just make you feel like you literally battled with him and just like struggled to wake up every day with him. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I recommend this book per se at all. Honestly, I would advise most people not to, but it's just hard because I feel like this book hit every single trigger you could possibly think of. Like, please, please, please check the trigger warnings before reading this book if you do decide to read it. I actually don't know how the author was able to talk about pretty much every awful thing you could possibly go through and possibly feel, and just like how the author was able to do that in such an effective way where it felt like research was done. Like it did not feel like, I don't know how to explain it, honestly. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm honestly just fighting for my life right now. I do see a lot of people not rate this book. They just feel like they can't rate something like this, and I have to agree with that. However, if I did have to give it a rating, I would give it 5 stars because, like I said, just the way the author was able to write on all of these topics and themes of life, honestly, was astounding. It really was. I know I keep touching on all of the sad parts of the book because obviously that is the main kind of focus throughout, but with that said, it also comes with love and friendships and family, found family. I mean, it really makes you feel everything. Like, this was an emotional roller coaster, mainly going down the entire time. However, it did have its ups. All in all, thank you so much for watching and mainly just watching me mope the entire weekend. This feels so insanely unhinged to say right now, but we have won the battle. Barely. Okay, that probably was the toughest battle I have done so far, but that is one more book down, and now I am at 58 out of my 100 book goal. Love you guys. Bye!